so early in this case. So I need someone to help me navigate. And Sarah Azari is great at this. She's a criminal defense attorney.
Well, I can help you navigate too, Miss Banfield. True Crime King, back again, Saturday night. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're doing well. You know, sit back, relax, have some wine, have some beer, or don't. Just watch it, right? So, we're going to be watching. Bryan Kohberger didn't do that great of a job from Ashley Banfield and NewsNation. And I'm going to be reacting to it. And, you know, some people, some of you guys don't understand that, you know, I do reaction videos, which means I react to other people's videos. So, you know, I've been getting comments, well, some comments, very, you know, that say, you're using other people's videos. Well, duh, I'm reacting to them. I mean, come on, guys, you know, but, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it. But, you know, some of you guys just, you know, think before you comment, okay? But other than that, here we go.
She knows a thing or two about these kinds of cases. I know that early in a case, Sarah, we usually don't have this much, right? This is a lot. And honestly, this just came from a probable cause affidavit and a couple of other police reports. I tend to think that there's going to be so much more. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Ashley, good to be with you. You know, there probably is already so much more, and they just, you know, they don't have to put all of that in the...
So it says Kohberger's confident he's going to beat it. So he must know something, right?
Probable cause affidavit. I remember when I read the 19-page affidavit, I thought...
Or he just thinks he's smarter than everybody. He's either totally innocent and Dylan and Bethany and Ethan had something to do with it. That's one option. Or option number two is he's guilty as hell and he just thinks he's smarter than everybody and he thinks he's gonna get out of it. So only time will tell. But yeah, here we go.
This is actually a lot more than I'm used to seeing. Usually I get, you know, anywhere from 3 to 4 pages. There's not as many dots to connect. Obviously here, there was 2 months of, you know, from the pings to the car to the, there was just way too many dots. So obviously it's a more lengthy affidavit, more information in it. But still, my first impression was there's definitely probable cause on probable cause on probable cause here.
Damn, look at those scratches again. That's not a shaving mark. I'm sorry. I don't care what kind of razors they give you in jail. This right here, it's going horizontally. That is not a shaving mark, okay? That is a fucking scratch mark from a fucking fingernail. Okay? And this is probably too. I mean, he doesn't even have anything really to shave. I've never seen any picture of Kohberger with any even fuzz on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, this is like 2 or 3 days. Okay? Kohberger doesn't have anything, right? I don't even think he can grow a beard, right? So he's not going to be shaving very much. That's a fucking fingernail scratch, as far as I'm concerned. And that's my opinion. And not allegedly. I'm saying that that's what I believe to be as fact. Okay?
Is it proof beyond a reasonable doubt? Absolutely not. And that sort of brings me to one of the points you made about the discovery. One of the things that I've thought, Ashley, is that, everyone's waiting for this June preliminary hearing to come around, which is obviously our opportunity to poke holes at the prosecution's case. It's our opportunity to find out what their theory is, who their witnesses are. But that may not actually happen, because this case may very well go to grand jury indictment. Prosecutors always, not always, but often surprise us. They don't want.
Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can see that scratch. Because on that mugshot, they were only showing the one side of his face.
Want us to know everything about the case and their witnesses and how they perform, what they say. So what they'll do is, they'll submit the case to grand jury.
Okay, maybe not. So this is the same side of his face, and there is no scratches. So maybe I'm wrong. I have to be wrong, right? I can admit I'm wrong, but I still don't believe it was caused by shaving. I think maybe he got an altercation in jail or something. But so it looks like he didn't have those. Or this is after they healed. I'm not sure when this picture was taken, but so either he had the scratches going in when he was arrested, and then they healed, and then this is him afterwards, or the scratches was the latest picture and he got them in jail somehow. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, but it's not clear on the timeline of these pictures that they're putting up.
Jury, and we might get a surprise indictment very close to that June date or sometime even before.
Because we can see here he's still got Kara Kernodle's ex lawyer, and what's her name? That's no longer his lawyer.
But at some point, he's going to have to walk into a courtroom and enter a plea, right? And I don't know. It's really weird. Every jurisdiction's a little bit different. Sometimes you actually get information during those hearings. Sometimes you're just waiting for a plea, and it's sort of pro forma, and out they go. But we could hear something more.
Right, absolutely. So let's talk about my jurisdiction, or New York, for example. I'm in LA. We get a lot of discovery up front, even before the preliminary hearing. It gives us a chance to prepare for that hearing, do an effective job at cross-examining the prosecution's evidence and witnesses.
And and real quick, I'm watching this, but I'm not claiming that I'm, sources are telling me this like drunk fucking turkey, right? Sources are telling me this, sources are telling me that. You clowns. You're just reading the news and then acting like sources are telling you something. Sources aren't telling drunk turkey shit, okay? So, people, wake up. They are clickbait artists, okay?
And then, but through the cross-examination, we can extract more information. Of course, there's no jury around. It's just the judge and the attorneys. But it's a very, very critical part of a case. And it's really thereafter where you can decide what the case is worth. What is it going to look like at trial? You've done the investigation. You have their discovery. You've done the probable cause hearing.
But Kohberger saying he's confident he's going to beat the rap means he's going to plead not guilty, right? That's what I'm taking it as.
Preliminary hearing, and then you can sort of assess whether this guy should plead or, cut his damages or go to trial. So I always try to do the prelim before I make a decision about somebody pleading. Can't really say what that means to Kohberger, because I don't know what they have. I bet they have a lot more that we don't know about. But what that is, I don't know.
So that makes me think, well, I'll ask you a couple of technical questions connected to the breaking news tonight, this exclusive that Kohberger seems confident he's going to be exonerated. Would there have been any possibility for plea discussions before he ever even enters a plea? I mean, could something happen between now and June?
I don't know. He's confident, but the cops are also very confident that they have the right guy, right? So, I don't know. Usually, if the cops are this confident, right, they have the right guy. Okay? I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a case where cops, aren't looking for anybody else. I mean, they're done. They come out and say that they have the right guy, and then the guy gets off somehow, right? Never seen it before. But who knows? Maybe this will be my first time seeing it. Maybe Kohberger will come up to the stand and say something, give us a bombshell, right? Maybe Dylan and Bethany are hiding something, right? And he'll expose it. Who knows? Gotta wait and see. But what I'm gonna do is not be like this these drunk clowns on with the turkey show, and try and say I've got information that I don't have and sources that I don't have, right? And people that they're just whatever. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie to my audience.
Where this whole thing goes away. Things went so fast with Chris Watts, but Chris Watts had entered a plea before plea deals actually ended up, locking him away for life and toe tag parole. Do you see with this confidence that we're hearing?
Yeah, well, in the case of Chris Watts, he folded in the interrogation room,
Hearing about. First of all, technically, is there any potential for something to happen before June, a deal? Or second of all, any chance that this bravado will be assuaged?
Well, I think it's possible, but unlikely, right? I mean, this is a death penalty case. What kind of incentive do they have to give you a great deal, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's got a great point. I mean, Kohberger really has no choice but to say he's innocent, right? I mean, if he doesn't, he's gonna get the death penalty, right? And if he does, and if he does, like he's doing, there's a small chance he could beat it, right? But it's a small one, unless he knows something that's gonna blow the roof off this case.
So I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but highly unlikely. But to your point about exoneration, that's a term that's often misused. People use it interchangeably to mean factually innocent. I think maybe Kohberger meant that, hey, I've been convicted in the court of public opinion, so now I'm going to get exonerated. I don't know, but it's a very interesting choice of words. And again, I think we're giving him a lot of credit about, being this PhD student in criminology, etc. But if he truly committed this crime, he didn't really do that great of a job, right? I mean, leaving.
Yeah, he did a horrible job. If he really is the one that committed these crimes, he's a clown. Bottom line. I mean, he left the sheet there. So much evidence. I mean, when he gets convicted, if he does, I'm going to call him one of the biggest clowns ever.
The knife sheath behind and all kinds of signs, not having a burner phone, etc.
Yeah, I mean, he was studying this kind of crap, right? I mean, he was a teacher. He was studying to teach it. I mean, criminology. I mean, come on. And then you make all these mistakes. You leave a witness. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's innocent, right? Let me know down in the comments. If you think he's guilty, hit the like button. If you think he's innocent, put down in the comments why you think he's innocent. You can't just say you think he's innocent, right? You have to have a reason as to why you think that, right?
Is rookie to me,
If I had a dime for all of the super duper smart criminals that thought that they had figured it all out, planned it, and, crossed every T and dotted every I.
Right.
I always say I'd have a yacht, in the Seychelles. But, and even, Alec Murdoch, which is what we're going to cover in a little bit. There's
You probably do have a yacht, right? I mean, you're probably making some big money.
a lawyer who, if he did it, was dumb as paint. Really, honestly, just not done well at all. I have this question for you about circumstantial evidence. A lot of people say, oh, it's just a circumstantial case. And the truth of the matter is just about every case I've ever covered is a circumstantial case because we just don't get a lot of direct eyewitness, testimony to rapes and murders, etc. But how much circumstantial evidence, Sarah Azari, do you think is reasonably enough, or does it just depend on who is in that jury box?
Well, I think, first of all, Ashley, a majority of my cases, I would say probably 90% of my cases, and certainly my murder cases, have been circumstantial. I mean, I wish we had percipient witnesses because, it would, as a prosecutor, I wish we had percipient witnesses. But circumstantial cases are just as strong as direct evidence cases. Sometimes there's a lot of dots to connect. Sometimes there's a few dots to connect. But
yeah, circumstantial evidence. It's like this. If you're in a room, right, and the blinds that you can't see outside, but you hear thunder, you hear the rain on the roof, right? And then the blinds open and you see everything's wet outside, okay? And it's, then it rained, okay? You can still prove it rained without seeing it rain, right?
I don't think it's any weaker than a direct evidence case. I just think it depends on the case, depends on the circumstances. And the other misperception is that if you don't have the murder weapon, that somehow you don't get a conviction, and that's absolutely wrong as well.
Yeah, I wonder where he put the knife, or what he did with it. What do you guys think he did with that knife? Do you think his dad has it and got rid of it for him? Right? Because it wasn't at his apartment, it wasn't anywhere. So, I don't know. Maybe he drove around and just threw it out somewhere. Maybe he went to a pond and threw it out. Who knows? But yeah, let me know what you guys think he did with that knife. But that's basically the end of this video. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, hit the like button. If you didn't, it's okay. Don't hit the like button. And until next time, True Crime King out.